So hey everybody, it's TR back with my March update. You know, I didn't have a lot going on last month. I did finish up a couple of little projects here on the RV. Did some touch-up painting, and I'm working on getting it waxed. I'm on I've got one side completely done, the shady side in the mornings. I have to wait till the afternoon so there's shade on this side of the RV, and then I can do the waxing on it, and I'll probably start on it this afternoon. I just got back from about a 2,200 mile road trip up to Idaho, returning my aunt and uncle's RV. You've heard me talk about that before. Had a lot of people look at it, just nobody was really that interested, I guess. So the decision was made, you know, back in the fall that if it hadn't sold by, say, the end of March, I was just going to drive it up to Idaho. So I did that. It took me about, probably 2.5 hours to kind of get used to the way it drove. I had it over to the Spartan chassis dealer here in Tucson to have it looked at, and it has this Banks kit on it. And apparently the Banks kit was fighting with the computer on the engine itself, on the motor, and I should say engine because it is engine. Anyway, they weren't able to figure it out because they didn't have a Banks guy anymore. He had gone someplace else, and so they were kind of short-staffed that way. But they decided, basically, they said it'd probably be okay to drive it. They didn't think there'd be any problem with me driving it, except I had to keep resetting the alarm every once in a while. It'd come up and say check engine, and the alarm would beep at you. So there was no rhyme or reason around that. I mean, I watched it for 900 and almost, well, probably 1,100 miles anyway, up to Idaho where I had to deliver it to. And so that worked out okay, though. It was kind of fun. It was a quick trip, though. I did it in 4 days. I overnighted in Vegas, and then I spent a quick night in Pocatello.
Yeah. Oh, push it.
So we're looking online, and she said,
"Oh, what? What? Oh, my Lanta! That was awesome. Oh shit!
Thanks, bro. Following that, yeah.
Yeah. The type and quantity of
acid.
Whatever!
Got to, because it's going to come
down. Oh my
God.
With some friends there, so I crashed house. I didn't have to pay rent for a room there, and then I stayed at Circus in Las Vegas. It was okay. The buffet was horrible. You know, I'm not a big fan of buffets in the first place, but you add in just, you know, it was been there a while. It was all crusty. You know, it was nasty. Sorry, I'm looking up because I'm flushing my tanks this morning too, since I just got back, and they've been sitting for like 10 days now. They definitely needed a flush. Let's see. You might be able to see my fly tying stuff still out, and it's not still. I actually put it away, and now I'm on round 2 tying bigger bugs, and so I'll probably finish that up here in a little bit. I'm still sitting here in Tucson, still waiting for my window. You know, I could have walked to Indiana and got it by now, but you know, it is what it is. I just paid another month's rent, so I'll be here. Well, I'll be gone here on April 25th, one way or another. If the window hasn't showed up and we haven't got it scheduled and put in, then I think I'm going to make some alternative arrangement, make some different arrangements. I do have lots of parts to put in, though. I have a blown speaker on the radio that's in the dash, and I want to get that changed out, and I'm going to install 2 new speakers that I got. Let's see. Actually, I'm going to pause right here because I need to go pull the tank valve and flush that tank, and so give me a second, and then I'll kind of show you some of the projects I got coming up here in the next month or so. Alright, done with the flush. So yeah, I got lots of really fun stuff to play with. I've got a new disconnect here that is going to go it's just a big disconnect that's going to go to the negative cable coming off my batteries. I'm getting ready to do a lithium upgrade. I kind of spent a lot of time the last month or so figuring that all out, doing some drawings of it so I'd understand kind of, you know, how it could work. Because ultimately I'm going to make space for 6 lithiums. Right now I'm only going to install 4, so I will have to see, you know, I think I can probably get by with 4. In fact, there's no question I can get by with 4. But since I'm going to remodel that battery cabinet anyway, I'm going to go ahead and make it for 6. Like I said, I'll just install 4 for now. So anyway, I got a disconnect switch for that set up. I believe this is rated for, doesn't say, I don't remember, 350 amps I believe is what this one is. I helped a friend of mine just last week do a BMS, so I've got the Victron BMV 712 battery management system that I'm going to install. In fact, I'm going to do that this week. It's going, the readout's going to go right up here in my front main control panel. I have space for one. I also already have cables coming from the compartment back there to this position, so I think we'll be in great shape. I'm going to take care of that this week. And so I've got these here. These are the exact same ones we used on Andrew's setup, and they sucked. So I'm not exactly sure what to do about that. The situation we ran into is that these are just bus bars, and they're rated at, I think it's 250 amps. And so anyway, these go in the system, and what we ran into is that we were working with this black one, and when we tightened things down, we couldn't get the nuts to come back off. So if anybody has any ideas about why that would be, I'd sure be interested to know. The situation is that we got the cables on there, we got it tightened up, and then we realized we had to do some reorganizing, and we actually had to Dremel the back, you know, the head off the bolts and cut them out to get this out of the system, so we could redo the cabling, and then put this. We had to use this one. So we were a little bit more careful with this one, but it was just crazy. You know, first thing we did was there's just a plastic socket here in the back of these, and tightening it down, we ended up stripping that socket out, and so that made it so we had to take this whole bus bar apart. So once we got that apart, then we had to fight to get this apart. The nut would only come off so far, and then it was seized. It wouldn't go either way. And so we ended up having to Dremel the head off of these bolts, off of 3 of them, to get this thing out of the system. So I'm not sure if I'm going to go ahead and use these or get online and see if there's some better ones out there. I think I'll probably go online and see if there's a different solution than what this is. Anyway, so that's project 1. Now, while I'm in doing the BMS, or the battery manager, or I should call it battery monitor, it's not a manager, it's just a monitor. But while I'm doing that, I have to get up in there, and so I got these. These are just plain old 4x10 speakers. They're going to go up in here. In the control panel is where one of them goes. It's blown out, it rattles horribly. So I'm going to put these in while I'm doing the meter. And then I've got this guy. This is not sponsored, but I just decided that I was going to go ahead and get a TV antenna. I haven't had one all winter, but I had done some research, and I've had good luck with Winegard before. So I went ahead and got one of their little, I guess, spaceship looking antennas, and I'll be making a video on installing that here in the next couple days also. And I've got all my windows cleaned, and I swear by Rain-X. I don't have a bottle here, but I put Rain-X on all my windows. It helps keep the dust down a little bit, and it also helps it sheet water really well. And so if your windows do get really dusty, you can just run out there with a water hose real quick and spray them off, squeegee them down, and they look perfectly good. So I've just determined that I'm going to use this Rain-X. It's been good stuff. Because it is spring, I am doing my spring cleaning, and so I've started scrubbing up all my upholstery. I use saddle soap on it. It's pleather, it's fake leather, it's not real leather, but the saddle soap works really good on it. And I go year to year, and it's just like waxing. I do it about once a year. On the upholstery and stuff, I do it about once a year. I do have all of the ceiling scrubbed, and I've got the captain's chair, the driver's chair done. There's been stuff sitting in the passenger chair, so I haven't gotten around to doing it yet, but it's on the list, as well as the sofa. and I just scrub them down with some saddle soap and water, and then wipe them all off, you know, nice and clean with a fresh, you know, microfiber towel. And that's it. I don't use any treatments or anything on it. I don't like the way those treatments make it feel, you know, it gets all slick and stuff. And the saddle soap is a little slick, but it's not like using Armor All or something like that, which I've never really cared for. So I'm here till should be late April, and the plan will be, if my window's not here, is I'll schedule an appointment to get the awning put on the 25th. I wish I had it right now. I could be out there waxing in the sun. But I'll get it put on the 25th, and then they'll just have to chase the window to me wherever I happen to be. I'm sure I can do that myself. And I'm just not going to be sitting around here in the 90+ degrees. Of course, I've got full hookups and AC and all that. But it's time to move on. And so if the window's not here, you know, by the end of the month, then they're going to have to ship it to me wherever I might be, and I'll just do it myself. I guess that's probably it. Yeah. Thanks for watching. Do appreciate it. If you like what you're seeing, those thumbs up are always nice. Don't forget to subscribe and like and share and do all those social things. I'm sure you're better at it than I am. But for now, it's time to go. Thanks for watching. I do appreciate it. Until next month, peace.